Okay, welcome back inside Okinawa Arena for the second portion of our press conference. We are now joined by the national team from Australia. Final score, Australia 100, Georgia 84. We have head coach Brian Goorjian and number 7, Joe Ingles. Before we open up the floor to questions, we'd like to hear your opening comments and thoughts about this contest and certainly the tournament as it comes to a close. Joe, can we please hear from you first?
Obviously a few mixed feelings with kind of not continuing to play. Other teams still playing. Obviously our goal as a group was to be here at the end, and we didn't achieve that, which is obviously disappointing, but a lot of positives, I think, from this last kind of 6-7 weeks together with a very new group, figuring out the right way to play, and I think we did that and showed that in patches that we can be up there with the best teams, and obviously we'll continue to build off this, and whatever it is now, 9-10 months time, we'll be ready to go in Paris.
Thank you, Joe. And Coach Goorjian?
Yeah, just read a lot and respect everyone's opinion, but what I said to the group inside, just I'm not embarrassed. I'm going to go back to Melbourne with my head high. I feel that this isn't a continuation of rose gold. And I knew when I re-signed to come back to this that I'd have to do some nasty stuff, and that we would be in a position of change. And as I entered this group, as this group came in, I do think we had a chance to win a medal. So that is going to be a goal. But I also knew with change, with inexperience, style of play, playing together was a process that was going to take some time. And you look at the lineup tonight, we had 3 guys that started. It's not just 5 new guys, it's major pieces, guys with the ball in their hand. So to say the offense isn't fluid or you're missing some rotations on the defensive end, that comes with playing together. So you're allowed your opinion and I respect it. But how I feel, how the group feels, is there an exciting day ahead? When I started with the Boomers, they didn't qualify for the Worlds. I brought Joe, Patty, Bogut in, built. It took 8-10 years before that to eventually become, and when I came back in at the end, it was the icing on the cake. We're starting over. We're building something exciting and nice. And a huge bright side for our next Olympic campaign in 10 months. So there was a lot of good in this. There is some frustration. As Joe said, we did want to move on, and we had a chance against Germany. We missed some free throws. Our last possession, you win that, you're moving on. But we were right there. We had a chance against Slovenia. We got a 3-point shot, nobody on them, with down 2 points. So again, I do have a lot to say because I know what's going on back home, and it's important. I'm in the trench. I'm there on the day-to-day, how I feel. Last point is, and even this is, when you say 9 NBA players, there's a process of playing in international basketball. And I'll use Trevor Gleason as an example. So a fellow coach, critical of game situation, which is very, very important. Luka with 4 fouls, not questioning Patty's foul, which was questionable and could have been overturned. You can't do that in this tournament. It's not the NBA. So there's no play there. So like I'm saying, there's a process for everybody when you're dealing with international basketball. So feel good. A little wound up, as you can tell. I'm fired up for the next challenge, and I know this is just, you got a taste of what was said in the locker room, and our guys are coming out of there feeling good and excited about the future.
Thank you, Coach. We're going to go ahead and open up for questions on the floor. Please introduce yourself and your affiliation. We'll have a microphone meet you.
Hey, Coach. Olgun Uluc, ESPN Australia. What were the positives you saw, not from just today, but through the campaign, that gives you hope that the progress you guys have made in this campaign will put you guys in a good position come Paris?
I think we've, as Joe said, we've come with a style of play. We're not a set play team. We're going to be a pressing team. We're going to be a running team. We're going to be a flow team, and we're athletic. We've got a nice group of young guys that, like I said, can play in this at a high level. Giddy, what's that? What's it going to be? It's going to be really special. And you don't know that till you hear. You know it's good, but it's going to be really special. So I like the guys that we're introducing to this. I think now coming into this, you're kind of caught in two minds: small ball, play sets, defensively, the switching. We're going to go down with pace and a very clear vision here. Also, there's some holes in this. We need another big, and we need a little more, a couple more shooters in our group. But again, the picture's clear, and I didn't think we were that, I didn't think we were that far off it. And I think I look at all the other teams, which team would you like for growth? And I think we've got the group that you look at this in Germany, Slovenia, which has the most potential to grow. I think we do.
You spoke about Paris as though you will be there. I think when you first signed your contract, it said that it would be through the World Cup. Is your impression that you have this team
100%,
through Paris?
100%. Yeah.
You better.
Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying, but I'm preparing for that, for certainly.
Joe, you spoke about style of play as well and how you saw glimpses of what you guys can be.
Yeah.
Where do you feel your role is within that style of play and within this group, come Paris?
Yeah, I think like Gorge said it for me, obviously coming off the bench this year for the first time in however long, figuring out that role a little bit, and then obviously when Jock went down too, playing a bit more of the four. So yeah, I guess figuring out, I hadn't played the four up until Jock kind of went down, so that was a little bit new. But I think like Gorge was saying, with what we have with Giddy and these guys to pushing the ball, obviously for me, I feel like spacing the floor is something that I can do. Obviously my creating is something that I'll continue to do. And then defensively, the four is just probably something that is probably the newest thing defensively, with either switching or hedging or whatever coverage we're in. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else you want me to say on that, but yeah, that's what I envision myself doing. And obviously, like Gorge said, we're 9-10 months away now, so go away for a little break, get back into our club stuff, and then get ready for the next one.
Thank you. Here in the second row.
Grant Afseth from Dallas Basketball. Joe, Josh Green stepped into a starting role and has improved year after year in recent years. What are your thoughts on his development? And then also, what do you like about Dante Exum's fit with the Mavericks?
Could have knew you were going to ask about those two. Obviously, Exum, for me, is someone I know very, very well, obviously starting with him. I don't want it to sound weird, but extremely proud of him, I guess, because of what he's been through, being a high pick, going through the injuries he went through. I think his first year he played all 82 games, and then after that just got, and some freak injuries, not like he was out doing backflips outside and he hurt himself. It was all some pretty freaky stuff, a lot of them. To see him go to Barcelona, then go to Partizan, play really well, and obviously earn his way back, I think it's thoroughly deserved. I think he's learned a lot about himself as a player, and I mean, obviously thoroughly deserves to be back in the position he's in now. And same with Greeny. Greeny, I think in the NBA has kind of worked himself into that. I think he started a bunch of games this year as well, or a few games this year. Just the development of both of them. Obviously, both different kind of trajectories, but Greeny's pressure on the ball, his shootings continue to get better and better. His slashing, obviously, and defensively, what he does for us on that end is elite. So, two. I think they're still. I don't know how old Dante is, but they're still reasonably young. Pretty bright future, like Gorge said.
Any more questions? We'll do here and then here.
Jenny Fisher from NBA Social Digital. Joe, for you, Coach is saying that he's fired up. What fires you up? Really hard question for you today, I know.
I mean, it is so, like, obviously, what Gorge was saying with the change when me and Paddy came in as 20-year-olds with kind of Bogues just before us. And now being on the flip side of that and being the old guy that's looking at the giddies and these next group of young guys, and really excited about, like, obviously we learn a lot this tournament, I think, on how we want to play and what we want to do and the best way that our team can be the best version of itself. And from my point of view, the excitement around that and how I can help these young guys, it's almost kind of like a Orlando situation too, like that excited. I mean, I'm excited about what I'm going into as well. Like, it's, as you get older, you realize it's like I'm at the other end of my career. I'm not still flying. Like, it is going to end one day, and it's a lot sooner now than it was 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So just, preparing, obviously really excited to be out there with the Giddy. Like, I remember talking to Gideon when he's playing for the 36ers about stuff, and it's 2, 3, whatever years later I get to play with him. So, it's an exciting group. It's a really good group of guys, obviously playing for Gorge again after 2007 and 8. It's just a great group of guys. You're going to have to kill me before you get me out of here. So, it'll be fun. I'll go away and enjoy my family now for a little bit and get back into the season, and then be ready to go.
Gorge, I'm Matt Lowe, Good News. I wanted to ask your next steps. The news recently around...
Just coming to the Magic.
Yeah, coming to the Magic, the Dragons, but just more in terms of... the door's open, I suppose, for you. You'll assess your options. I just wanted to ask you what your thoughts are. I know it's all happened pretty quickly.
Yeah, it has. It was a shock. Because I was ready to jump to that, but as I've weighed it up, it's a positive right now because the Olympics are so close, and I can spend some time now watching the NBL games, watching the NBA games, and have a total focus on this last shot. So having a little break for me, I've done year round for a long period of time, China, right, and then coming here and doing the Olympic team. And so I haven't had, now I get like an 8-month, 9-month break just to focus on getting better and the Boomer team. So I'm taking the high road on that, but really disappointed about the Bay Area Dragons because it was a special group of guys and a really exciting young team. Yeah, no, it's great to be able to spend some time in Melbourne. It really is. Really excited about it.
Last question up here.
Jacob Dool, the Pick and Roll Australia. Gorge, given the context of the game and the big lead sort of fairly early, was there any temptation to shuffle the rotations a bit more, get some young guys in? And I guess particularly Dyson Daniels, was there any reason in particular that he didn't get a bit more run?
My thought process coming into this, and I said it to Joe and Patty, like, I met with them and said, I'm playing you just like I did the last night. I'm playing you just like the last one, and we're coming here to win this game. And I thought they scared the shit out of me. We were 18 points up going into the fourth quarter and 1 by 1. The kid got hot. We had a 20-point lead, and now we're playing with that 10-point. And I'm not going to play games here and come in there and we've lost. So I didn't move to we played 10. I didn't move to number 11 and 12 till I was absolutely sure we'd won. And when that point hit, I was gonna go and give Chris and Daniels a hit. But as soon as it was, and to me, we had it with about 3.5, 4 minutes to go.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. That will conclude our press conference. Coach Goorjian and Joe, safe travels home, and we'll see you again.
Thank you.